I put some on the tree, though. Not quite done. Yeah,
Jacking out south, right south.
Okay. On a gravel road? On a gravel road out there?
No, on the highway. Right across the center.
Oh.
That road.
Okay.
Oh, huge. This tree's going up this tree. You got it right.
Take it off.
Old McDonald, but when we start out on our instruments, this is their first concert. Can you guys hear me through the mic okay? Can I just talk loudly? Okay. I don't know what it is. I tried to get it turned up. It just wouldn't quite work. But when we start out on our instruments, the very first thing that I look for when I have them try out instruments in 4th grade, and when we start on our instruments for our first lessons, we start with that smaller part of our instrument. And trying to get a good sound and a clear sound that way the rest of it can go better. So when we start on saxophone, we start with just the mouthpiece and the neck piece. You can even have a little fun with it. But that's where we start. And so it kind of gives them a chance to get an idea of what they're good at. And they've been doing a really nice job. It also kind of gets us so we can start playing our instruments all together right away. And it also gets our giggles out for our first performance. So now we're going to go on to our warm-up, and then we'll play 3 songs, which will feature different groups or different sections from our band. But we're going to start with our warm-up so we can go through our first 7 notes that we've learned on our instrument. So give us a moment. that we have our first notes down. We start with our first 5 notes, so we've added 2 since then. The first 2 songs only have 3 of our first 5 notes. Hot Cross Buns, which was one of the first songs we played. How many of us played Hot Cross Buns back on recorder and different instruments when we were in school? Yeah, so we start with that with our first 3 notes. Then we have 2 other notes that we work on in Rain Rain, which is Rain Rain Go Away, and then we put all 5 of them together for Go Tell Aunt Rhody. So we're going to play those 3 songs next. song starts to add more notes, and now we have songs that have 5 or 6 notes for each of these kids. Now the other thing we've talked a lot about is how we talk about different groups of the band. So we have our different sections, our flutes, clarinet, saxophones, but we also have woodwinds and brass and percussion. If you play a woodwind instrument, we give away woodwinds. This would be our flutes, our clarinets, and our saxophones. If you play a brass instrument, give away. That'd be our horns, our trumpets, trombones, and baritones. And if you're a percussionist, give away. You got those 3 in the back. Now each of those get a sound produced by different ways, but we also talk about soli and tutti. And when we say soli, that means just a single group, so that's why we have our different flutes, our clarinets, our saxophones, each getting a chance for a little soli, but tutti is all together. So we start with that first, and then we're breaking it up. So our next songs, I don't have it quite memorized. Our next songs, we have Mary Had a Little Lamb, which will feature our trumpets and horns. We'll have Camptown Races, which will feature our clarinets. And then we'll have the first song that we have a duet or multiple parts in, which is London Bridge. So we'll have 2 different parts going at once. So, like I said, as we go through the year, we start to make it so we have more parts playing at the same time. 2 of our last 3 songs are gonna have, hold on, 3 of our last 4. 3 of our last 4 songs are gonna have more than 2 parts, especially our last song, Theme and Variations on Hot Cross Buns, is gonna bring back that melody of Hot Cross Buns, but we'll have different parts and a little bit of different patterns and rhythms going through. It's their first ever full band song that's a full page and not just 8 or 16 measures. So, before we do that, we have a feature for our percussionists back there on mallets, and then we have 2 holiday songs, because I know that's on our minds already because commercialism. So, we're going to go back there, and I'm going to help percussion out with balafone. I did make a mistake. The saxophonists are not doing this by themselves. Some of them were freaking out when they saw that in the program because they were worried that they had to play again by themselves. It's just everybody together, then we'll go on to Jingle Bell. Good? Okay. Good, nice. Now, before we play our last song, I do want to say a few thank yous. I know some of them are in your program. Once again, thank you for being here and supporting these kids. They're doing awesome things. I'm being totally honest. I've told them many times, they're playing very well. They're doing a lot of things. They're making a lot of progress through the years. I'm really happy with how they keep working on their instruments, and I know it's going to be a really great school year. I am excited for the stuff we're going to play in the spring, because we're going to play more than just 8 measures at a time. And you don't have to clap quite so much, so your hands won't get so tired. But they are doing a really great job, so I appreciate your support with all that. I appreciate our custodians and administrators and our other teachers, especially Ms. Barber. I didn't put her name in the program, but she's letting us use her classroom for our concert. So a big thank you to her. A big thank you to Big Sioux Media for streaming. If you don't know, they do a lot of stuff for our community, and I appreciate Matt being here tonight. Thank all of you. You guys are doing cool stuff. I appreciate it. I'm trying to think other things. Just being thankful is something really cool. And so I'm just very grateful for these guys this week, and I hope you guys have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. We have one more song for you. Oh, I'm Mr. Timperley. I didn't say my name earlier. That's one of the things. I sometimes got some grief on it because, like, for the first 3 or 4 years that I was here on this concert, I didn't actually put my name in the program even. So, like, but no, I'm very thankful to be here. This is my 9th year, and these guys are rocking it. So, let's do this. Thank you. Have a great night. I hope you make it through the week.